Calling from a 610 area code. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Michael.
Hey,
Can
what's
you
on
hear
your
me?
mind? Yep, can hear you. What's on your mind?
Hey, this is Mike from PA again.
Hey,
How
Mike.
you doing?
Good, man. What's going on?
I just wanted to call and talk to you about a couple of things.
Yeah.
I want to touch on what Bernie was just talking about. You know, when I ran for office, that kind of what I call right-wing folktales
Right.
are what you run into constantly.
Right.
Like it'll be someone will say, "Well, I know this one family where they're getting welfare from 3 different counties, and they drive from county to county," and then you'll be like, "Okay, who is it? They're committing welfare fraud. Help me out. Like, you know the person.
Right.
Who is this
Right,
person?"
right.
And then they back off, and it's like, "Well, I don't really know."
They're like, well, it's me.
I just
But
heard
that's
from
not
somebody.
the point.
Da, 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 and,
Just black people might
and-
be doing it. No, I'm just kidding.
right.
Yeah.
So you'll be in this working class neighborhood or a trailer park,
Right.
and you are trying to talk to, independents, Republicans, do the hard work of campaigning on the ground. And you get these stories that are just total bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But they're the complete core of these people's fundamental worldview.
Right.
And they believe that the government programs that you're trying to get in place for them go to, bad people. Let's just put it that way. It is what that woman was hinting at in the video was, see, those programs you're talking about go to black people, and
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of.
Right.
Yeah. And punching through that is one of the most difficult problems that you face, because on the one hand, you're so offended that someone could hold such a completely retrograde, racist view that's fundamentally wrong.
Right.
So you have to be patient like Bernie. And
Right.
And to win, those people over like Bernie is, he's showing you how you win these elections with people that have views that are not really based in reality and they're problematic, but you can get them on our side and help bring them down the path one step at a time, as long as you refocus their rage to the correct place.
Right.
Who set up the system?
Right.
Who is keeping minimum wage down? I bet if you talk to every person on that panel about minimum wage, they're all for increasing it.
They would be on board. But I think that's the third path. Again, I think as analysts and as writers and as commentators and people and to an extent, certainly as politicians, there are bridges that just can't be crossed in terms of what we're appealing to, because, as you say, these are retrograde, dangerous, disgusting views. But I also think that there's an inability to sometimes, ironically, there's an obvious third way here that Bernie does, which is there's one thing, Jennifer Palmieri, and I don't know what it sounds good to say after you've messed up a total gimme campaign, but let's just take it at face value that I would prefer to lose than ever appeal to any type of racism. Now, she said it to Kellyanne Conway, so that's a totally fair thing to say because, the whole Trump campaign is built on racism. Now, conversely, if we're talking in the context of Democratic politics, and I always go back to it, Bill Clinton was quite happy, whether it was humiliating Jesse Jackson or signing the death warrant of a mentally ill, literally mentally handicapped guy while he's running in the Democratic primary, talking about welfare, all of those coding things. He was willing to do that too. Yeah. There's a third track between saying well, if you're not on Twitter live tweeting Issa Rae, I don't want to talk to you because I'm a Democrat.
Correct.
Versus saying I could, all right, you want to talk about welfare? Let's talk about welfare. There's a third path, which Bernie is showing, which is let's soft pedal those things, which I have some criticisms of, but fundamentally, let's just target on where the rate should be, what we can all get behind, and there's a lot of lessons to learn there for anybody who's serious about winning a broad-based electorate, including, by the way, a lot of people of color. There's a reason why Trump's margins slightly went up even among Hispanics. And those would be specifically on him buying into his economic message.
Yeah, authoritarianism is not exclusive to white people.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, and what's interesting is if you think about the black voters or Hispanic voters that might have supported Trump, think about the guy who was a pen pal with Trump and he went to a rally to try to hand him a letter in person.
Right.
I don't know if you remember this story.
No, I don't remember the story.
And basically, Trump said, "Get that guy out of here." He thought he was a protest. but he was someone who he had exchanged letters back and forth with Trump. He was a black guy, huge Trump fan.
Oh my God!
And he went to the rally to try to, you can look this story up. I'm sure Matt has it in the back of his mind somewhere. But
it's competing with Nixon and bong resin.
Right, exactly.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I thought marijuana reduced your memory and recall, but never mind. That person, and then reporters went and talked to them afterward, and they were like, why do you still support Trump? And because he was like, oh, I'm one of the good guys. I'm not like other black people that do this. I'm doing things the right way. And he was just confused because there's been so many protesters. And instead of having any introspection about what just happened to him and how it was point blank racist, the guy that he's shared correspondence with just rejected him based on the color of his skin, the textbook definition of racism.
Right.
He still couldn't internalize that racism was still real and still affecting him today. And that's one of the problems that we face.
Dear Duquan, I have just finished another great luxurious dinner with Ivanka. Why are so many of you people good at basketball, but not good at accounting? These are the questions that I ponder to myself. Tiffany came in today. Oh, my God, what a mess. I hope you, Jabrani, Jabaraquai, and Method Man are doing well. That would be a funny fake letter writing series. All right, I appreciate the call, man.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.